Hari Om, Namaskar. Welcome to this brand new series called the Indic Narrative, wherein we discuss anything and everything related to the glory that was, that is, and that will always be India. Today, we will have a small discussion on what is Hinduism. Is there one central thought process that Hinduism defines or speaks of? Is there one central book, one central prophet, and one central narrative that Hinduism lays emphasis on? Well, not at all. Rather, Hinduism is like a vast ocean into which different streams of philosophy, different streams of faith, different prophets, incarnations have all come and enriched it. From the theistic to the atheistic and the agnostic, from the monistic to the dualistic, from the image worshipper to the formless worshipper, everyone has had a place in this grand belief, faith system, grand way of life as we call it, called Hinduism. But behind all these ideas, behind all these thoughts, what stands out in Hinduism as its core concept is this great effulgent texts known as the Upanishads, which in reality are transcendental truths revealed to grand mystics, great masters in the depths of their meditation. So the Upanishads then form the end portion of the Vedas and are also commonly known as the Vedanta. Unlike the Vedas per se, which deal with the, the more of the ritualistic portion, more of sacrificial portion, etc., the Vedanta, the Upanishads, primarily deal with the question inherent within every being: who am I? And what a grand narrative. So one of the grandest of these Upanishads is known as Chandogya Upanishad, and it makes a grand proclamation known as Sarvam Kvalvedam Brahman. All that is Brahman. Behind everything is this divinity which encompasses everything and every being. The whole universe rests in it, lives in it, and finally merges in it. Isn't that a great thought, my dear friends? How beautiful, how sublime. So to the Hindu, or should I say to the Vedantin, every being is divine. Behind every being there is God is eternally present. So everything is sacred, every being is holy. Let me illustrate this central philosophy, this core philosophy of Hinduism with a lovely, very touching story from the life of the great Swami Vivekananda. Once, when Swamiji was wandering the entire length and breadth of India as a wandering monk, he was in the princely state of Rajputana, now what we call as Rajasthan. At that time, a Muslim lawyer who perchance met him and was so struck by him, so impressive. Swamiji, as you have seen, he is like a king. He was so struck by this grand monk, by this glorious monk, that he requested him to come and stay with him for a few days as his honored guest. Without any hesitation, Swamiji consented and stayed with this Muslim lawyer at his house. Word spread soon that an extremely knowledgeable monk, a young monk, fluent in English, dynamic, a great singer, has arrived and is staying with this lawyer. And people from all walks of life started coming to him, meeting him. There were people from the princely classes who would come, learned pandits, people from very humble backgrounds would come as well. And Swamiji was open to all of them. Swamiji welcomed them all. He poured equal love and affection for all of them. Now, this news soon reached Munshi Jagmohan Lal, who was the Diwan of the Raja of Khetri. Khetri was a small princely state in those days in Rajputana, It's even now present Khetri. And Munshi Jagmohan Lal wanted to meet Swamiji. So as it happened, Swamiji's reputation had spread far and wide, and Munshi Jagmohan Lal wanted to meet him. So he arrived at this Muslim lawyer's house, and at that time Swamiji was sleeping with nothing else but a loincloth on his body, like a traditional Hindu monk. Munshi Jagmohan Lal looked at him and said, this is one of those common vagabond monks who roam the streets of India, living off others, parasites and whatnot, he thought about Swamiji. Presently, when Swamiji awoke and he saw Munshi Jagmohan Lal, and he welcomed him, they exchanged pleasantries. One of the first questions that the Munshi asked him was, well, Swamiji, you are a Hindu monk. How then do you stay with this Muslim? Your food might be touched by him and get polluted. Don't you bother about it? No sooner had Munshi Jagmohan Lal said this than Swamiji's eyes flared up. It was as if it was emitting fire. Swamiji said, what do you say, sir? What do you mean? I am a sannyasin. I am beyond all these petty distinctions of caste, class, etc., religion. Well, I can dine with the lowest of the low. The Vedas sanction it. My Lord sanctions it. I am not afraid of either of them, but I am afraid of you and your society. For hardly do you know anything about the Vedas or about the scriptures or anything knowledgeable. For me, I see Brahman within every being, manifested right through from Brahma to even a blade of grass. Shiva, Shiva. Swamiji was now transformed and transfixed. It was as if he was the very living image of the Upanishads. He's seeing God in every being. Jagmohan Lal was silenced, and Munshi Jagmohan Lal that day got an inkling of what Hinduism stands for, what our Upanishads have been teaching us for ages. And Swamiji, like the Vedanta Kesri that he was, proclaimed it in a roaring voice to all this grand, all India, all world, and to the people at large. Well, that was a small story for today. I hope you liked it. We shall come back soon with another interesting story. Till then, please like our channel, subscribe to it and share it. Thank you. Har Har Mahadev. Jai Hind. Bharat Mata Ki Jai.